The voice that came through the baby monitor at 7:40 p.m. was a grown man's, and it said, "Keep her quiet. They're still eating." My husband and I were both downstairs. Our daughter was 5 months old. There was no one else in the house. There was supposed to be no one else in the house. I don't remember standing up. I remember my chair hitting the floor and the two of us taking the stairs and maybe 4 total steps. The nursery door wouldn't open. Something heavy dragged against it from inside. The dresser, we realized later. And through the gap, I could see the window screen leaning against the wall and a woman I had never seen in my life standing next to my daughter's crib with my daughter zipped inside her coat. And in the rocking chair, completely calm, sat a man. Big, still, arms crossed, a faded cross inked under one eye. He looked at us through the gap like we were the ones intruding and said, "Push that door and she goes out the window before you're through it. Or we talk." Pick. We stopped pushing. There is no braver option when a stranger is holding your child 3 feet from an open second-story window. My husband, Aaron, had both palms flat against the door, and I watched every drop of color leave his face. But here's the detail my brain snagged on even through the terror. He wasn't looking at the man like a stranger. He was looking at him like a bill that had finally come due. The man saw it too. "Tell her," he said. "Tell her why I'm in your house. Of all the houses in this state." "Dominic," Aaron said quietly. "Not who are you? Not what do you want? A name." What came out over the next 10 minutes through a 6-inch gap in my daughter's doorway dismantled the man I'd been married to for 8 years. At 19, Aaron ran with a crew in his old neighborhood. Thefts, fencing, small stuff that stopped being small, he said. One job collapsed. Somebody had to answer for it, and Aaron cut a deal. Names for a clean record. Dominic's name. Dominic served 4 years. His mother passed while he was inside. They denied his furlough for the funeral. Aaron went to college on schedule, met me, built this life, and never once looked back or told me any of it. "I'm owed," Dominic said, "an apology, and enough to start over. That's the price of your quiet little everything." I was doing the math of screaming, of neighbors, of the phone in my pocket, and then my husband did the thing that saved our daughter, and it wasn't a lunge or a trick. He told the truth. All of it, immediately, without a single flinch of self-defense. "You're right," he said through the gap. "I traded your life for mine. I was a coward at 19, and I've been a coward every day since, because keeping it buried was the same choice on repeat." His voice broke. "I'll say it in front of anyone you want, but she's 5 months old, man. You know exactly what it costs a kid when the adult's debts land on them. You lived it. Don't hand it down." The room went very quiet. The woman by the crib looked at Dominic. Whatever script he'd built, years of it we learned later, planned in a cell, it required Aaron to deny, to squirm, to be the liar Dominic remembered. The confession broke the script. I watched a man who had rehearsed his rage meet the one response it wasn't built for. What Dominic didn't know, the monitor works both ways, and it had been streaming to my phone since dinner. And my phone had been on with 911 since the top of the stairs in my back pocket, dispatcher listening to everything. The knock downstairs came while he was still silent. His partner froze. Dominic looked at the window, at the crib, at Aaron, and then, and I will never fully understand this, he told the woman, "Put the baby down. It's done." He slid the dresser back himself. They arrested them both without a struggle. My daughter slept through her own rescue. Aaron told me the whole story again that night, start to finish, no gaps, while I held the baby and didn't speak. It's the worst thing I've ever learned about someone I love. But when a lie might have been safer, in the one moment that counted most, he spent the truth like it was money. We're in counseling. His record's clean, but marriages don't run on records. They run on doors with nothing behind them.